100%. So, like we always do, D-Lo, we
Mhm.
find a way to get our boy LeBron on the channel. It seems
was
like every episode,
It was
it
easy
feel like
this time.
it was real easy this time, but it feel like every episode we talk about Bron. Now, LeBron is what you think he retired? What you think about LeBron retiring, bro?
Well, first off, I'm gonna say this: as much as we talk about LeBron, we've never
Mhm.
had a segment dedicated to LeBron. So this is a first.
100%. No, we have. The
When?
PED. Remember the PEDs?
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yeah. That was only one, but we've
Yeah.
had 27 episodes now. This is
And
number
he's been
27.
bitching and maybe 24 of them.
100. I swear to God, he
various
finds a way.
fashions.
I
In
swear.
various fashions. But to answer your question, hell no, I don't think LeBron's going to retire. Why would we think LeBron's going to retire? I'm going to ask you this question. Did he get a farewell tour? No.
Nope.
Right? He didn't get a farewell tour.
Didn't get a farewell tour, correct.
Did he, other than like game 2 and 3 of the Western Conference Finals, did he look like his game deteriorated so much that we're begging him to retire?
No.
LeBron James is not going to retire. And, you know, as we've said, we love LeBron, but I know LeBron. Not know him personally, but I know how he thinks. I think I do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This is a way for him to control the narrative of what happened to him in the Western Conference Finals. Or this is a way for him to control the narrative so that he can get who he wants on the Los Angeles Lakers for next year. So
I like where you went with that.
So by him saying, you know, I got a lot to think about, but not specifically saying I'm going to retire, what do reporters always do? Oh, wait a minute. You got a lot to think about. Is LeBron James going to retire? And so now it becomes a big media news, like so much so that we don't even talk about how bad the Denver Nuggets beat the Los Angeles Lakers
at all.
We talk about, is LeBron James going to retire? Who's coming back to the Los Angeles Lakers next year? Who's not coming back? And who can we get? Maybe Kyrie is coming to the Los Angeles Lakers next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's LeBron controlling the narrative. And, you know, he went to LA for a multitude of reasons. Most people say he went to LA to become even more so a big businessman. And he has all of these media. He has a media company himself. He's been in movies. He's now officially a billionaire.
Yep.
I mean, he has every reason not to come back next year.
Yeah.
But LeBron James, 100% in my mind, will be back next year. He's not even contemplating retiring, if you ask me. What you think?
So I'm with you. I don't believe I'm gonna put in a percentage for you. I'm about 75-25. He's not retiring. That 25% to me is about Bronny. So if he was to retire, I don't think he is. Let me put it out there. I don't think he is retiring at all. But if he was to retire, Bronny just signed with USC. So he's going to college next year to play that 1 year. I'm pretty sure he's going to be one and done. So he's going to college next. I think he's going to be one and done. I feel like even if he would have to play severely bad not to come back for a sophomore year. And the reason why I say that is because he's one of the more highly anticipated people to come into the NBA just because of the narrative about him playing with LeBron. Somebody's going to draft Bronny. And they know that if they draft Bronny, they also get LeBron.
Right.
So
depending on how he plays this year.
Depending on how you play, exactly. It depends on how Bronny plays this year.
Or going by you or what you were trying to say before I cut you off. I'll let you.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Finish your point.
Or if he takes this year off to play with. That's why I didn't want to say it.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was getting to. No, you're good. He alluded to my point. LeBron, the only reason why LeBron would, the 25% is LeBron is going to take a year off to get his body back together, train, work on his craft. So that way, whenever Bronny does come into the league in the 2024-25 season, that he is on his tip-top game to play alongside of his son. That is the only reason I can see LeBron retiring. This is to take a year off and then come out of retirement like Jordan. So that's the only thing I can say. But he is legit The 75% is just like D'Lo said. He's controlling the narrative so that when we're not talking about how bad Denver played, because they beat the brakes off of them in that sweep. The brakes off of the Lakers in that sweep.
Yeah.
And then I know some of the game where every game was honestly close. I don't even think either team. I don't think the Nuggets beat them by 10 or more points. If I can be mistaken, but I don't think they beat them by 10 or more points in either game. Did they?
I
think they were all within 10 or less.
Game 3 or game 4, it was 10 or less, but it was like 9.
Yeah.
So I mean, they damn near beat them by 10, but no, you're right.
But it was a few of those games they were up 15, 20 points at some point, and then of course the Lakers just made a run. But of course the NBA is a game of runs, so that is what it is. But we're not talking about how bad the Nuggets beat up on the Lakers in that series and that sweep. We're not talking about Joker maybe deserving an MVP. A third straight, like we talked about a few episodes back. We're not talking about anything about the series. We're not even talking about the Nuggets going to their first NBA Finals. We're not talking about it because LeBron has a lot to think about, and now the media is in a frenzy. Like, oh, what is he doing? What's going on? Is he going to retire? Who's going to come? Like, they're the media eats all of that up. But the most important story here is that the Nuggets are going to the finals. But we're talking about LeBron, who just got kicked out of the playoffs. Yeah. So it's definitely LeBron saying, okay, I'm going to control this narrative. We're not going to talk about me losing because everybody they talk about me losing every single day anyway.
All
the haters going to talk about me losing regardless. So I'm not going to have the mainstream media talk about me losing. I'm going to control this narrative so that way I can see exactly where this is going to go. So is he retiring? Do I think he's retiring? No, I don't at all. But I do believe that if he does, is to keep himself together, to get his body back right, and to get his game right, to play with his son in the 2023-24-25 season. So, nah, I don't think he's retiring.
Yeah. All right, but okay. So let's look at the other side. What if he does retire? What does that mean for the NBA?
I don't think it means shit, honestly, because I know he's coming back. To be perfectly honest with you, because he has that goal of playing with Bronny. So if he retires this year, it's gonna be like, okay, he's taking a break,
but
and he's gonna come back and play with his son.
So hypothetically, let's take what we think out of it right now and say,
hypothetically speaking,
LeBron is to retire this summer, going into the 2024 season. What does that mean for the NBA?
We now need to look at who is the new superstar of the league. Because LeBron is the face right now. So who is going to be the face for this one season? Who's going to be the face for this one season? And I think, to be perfectly honest with you, it's two people in my mind. That's the face of the league right now. Okay. And that would be Steph, and that would be Jokic. That would be the face.
Giannis?
Nah. He's not. Giannis isn't as big of a. To me, he's a superstar, but he's not as big of a superstar as a Jokic or a Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, I could see.
Yeah.
Jokic, like we've said before watching this series,
so ugly,
we said watching this series, he's blossomed, right? And he's not well known of a superstar. Like everybody knows who Jokic is because he's won those 2 MVPs. But actually sitting down and watching him play, you'd be hard pressed to find a person outside of Denver, outside of people that are not casual basketball fans, to say, oh yeah, Nikola Jokic is the face of the league. Nobody's saying that.
Very true. Very true.
They'll say Steph Curry for sure.
For sure.
They'll say they may even throw in Luka.
Yeah. They
may throw in even though he's been bounced the last couple years in the playoffs.
Joel Embiid.
No, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
And then,
but I don't think Kevin Durant is such a such a villain. Kevin Durant is such a villain in the league, though. Like he's played upon as a villain so much that I don't think he could actually be the face of the NBA.
And you're helping to make my point, because most of NBA fans will say LeBron is the main villain of the league, because
but how could LeBron ever be a villain, though? Explain that to me.
Well, because they'll say he started all of this teaming up and super.
But he didn't. He didn't though. But we know that. But since LeBron is who he is, you're right. Okay,
that's the narrative.
Yeah.
How much it's to me. LeBron has made a lot of people money
He has.
because everybody is always talking about LeBron. And so the narrative is, how much help does LeBron need? LeBron is the villain of the league. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody say. He's the villain of the league.
How can you be the villain and the superhero at the same time?
Ask LeBron. I mean, okay, put it this way: if he's not the villain, he's the most polarizing player in the league.
100%. I can agree with. Yeah, I don't think he's the villain though. I think KD is more of a villain in the league than LeBron is.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think the hate for LeBron comes with the GOAT conversation. I think the hate for KD comes from everything that he's done as far as his burner accounts, on his social media burner accounts, him teaming up with Steph and hasn't done anything past Steph since then. It's like he hasn't done anything before Steph, hasn't done anything after Steph. Like, he's more of a villain as far as that narrative is concerned as a villain than LeBron is. LeBron is definitely the most polarizing 100% though, but KD is definitely more of a villain in that sense.
Okay. Well, to answer my question, I think what it means for the league is we will see how much LeBron in his time in the NBA, more so in the latter part of his career, meant to the NBA. The NBA, as far as talent-wise, will not be hurting.
No, at all.
There's plenty of talent in the NBA, but as far as storylines, as far as just things to talk about on an ongoing basis, I'm interested to see who the media puts as that person, because you can talk about Skip Bayless and those type of individuals will find something to talk about LeBron for in the off season, not during basketball season. Now, and if he does retire, again, we said he's not, but if he does retire, it'll be funny to see who they put into that position now that they talk about 24/7. So I think the league and fans will see, and the media industry will see how much he meant to the league. Because like I said, he's made plenty of people money just because he's such a, I won't say controversial, but again, he's such a polarizing person as far as the NBA is concerned or basketball is concerned, that just it's like, oh yeah, let's talk about LeBron. They'll watch it.
Exactly. So I mean, nah, LeBron ain't retiring, but just D'Lo definitely alluded to it. We're gonna see exactly what it means for the NBA and what he actually meant to the NBA and how he changed the game so much, and what people in the media are gonna be able to talk about if LeBron is not there. We're gonna see exactly what it means to a couple of teams in the NBA. Is Kyrie gonna come to the Lakers? What does it mean for the Lakers if they don't have LeBron? Does AD stay? It's gonna be a lot of different things that's gonna happen if he is to retire. But is he going to? I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Hell,
definitely
no.
not.
He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, LeBron ain't going. That man right there.
I don't even know why we're talking about that. Yeah,
that man.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. That boy ain't going nowhere. Yeah. I don't think he is. Yeah. Hell no.
Nah. He'll have surgery this summer. He'll probably miss a little time at the beginning of the season. Yeah. Again, you gotta talk both ways about LeBron, because you have people that believe he was hurt and you have people that don't believe he was hurt. So I'll say, if he was actually hurt, he'll get surgery on his foot, and then he'll come back and midway through the beginning of the season. I think he was hurt, maybe not to the.
I think he was too.
The degree that everybody, or torn ligament in his foot, but I think he was hurt.
The torn fascia that people will talk about, but he'll be back though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, 100%. NBA fans, LeBron fans, don't worry about it. He'll be back. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. Back. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you miss none of the content. Also, you can find us on all these streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcasts.